We are going to black out this week. The original plan was not to black out in the month of September because I was concerned about wearing the black jerseys on a very hot day. And as it turned out, this game is going to be a night game, 7:45 p.m. And then game day is going to be in town. So that's exciting news. And when the players heard that game day was coming in town and that it was going to be a night game, they said, "Coach, can we do it this week?" And I said, "Yeah, let's do it." So it was actually on the plane ride home from Arizona State that Muhammad Massaquoi got to me and told me what the players wanted. So I'm all for it. I hope the fans get jacked up about it. It was wildly successful last year at Auburn and Hawaii, and we need to continue that tradition of the fans really buying into it and making a difference.
Yes.
I don't know if you could be too aggressive in a game, especially when the ball's snapped to the whistle. You can be as aggressive as you want to be. The problem is if you continue to be aggressive after the whistle's blown and the play is stopped, that's when you get in trouble, when you keep going. And, I want our guys to play as hard as they possibly can. I want them to hit as hard as they possibly can. And, I don't want to take away from their aggressiveness on the field. Let's face it, that's what football is about, playing as fast and as hard as you possibly can. And so, some of the penalties have to do with that, but some of our penalties have had to do with just jumping off sides or not being set. Two guys going in motion at the same time and delay a game. I mean, we've had some penalties that are just really inexcusable. And of course, we had to delay a game on purpose when we had the ball on the 1 inch line and wanted to back it up to get a better angle to kick a field goal. That'll happen from time to time. And sometimes on a punt, you'll take a delay a game on purpose. But for the most part, we've had far too many, and it's got to stop, or sooner or later it's going to get us. Well, there may come a time where we'll use Caleb and Noshawn in the same backfield, but when people ask me that question, I usually answer it pretty much the same, and that is, there's only one ball, only one guy's going to get it, and like if you're going to run two plays at the line of scrimmage where you might screen one way or the other way, or run a zone read to the right side or to the left side according to how the defense lines up. I could see that, but the bottom line is if I'm handing it to Caleb, I got Noshawn blocking for Caleb, or if I hand it to Noshawn, then I got Caleb blocking for him. And not to say they're not good blockers, but I think I'd much rather have Sean Chappis or Fred Munsenmeyer, or of course Brandon Sutherland when he gets back. I'd rather have a big fullback in there pounding away at a linebacker rather than making one of our best runners a blocker. I think one of the main reasons why we had more pressure this last ball game is because we just about totally shut down the running game. Once Arizona State's only way of moving the ball became passing only, then we were able to get after it a little bit more. Coach Martinez was able to have a little bit more confidence with some of the stunts and blitzes he was bringing because he was not quite as concerned that they could run the football. And the whole goal is to try to make offensive football teams one-dimensional, whether it's run only or pass only. And usually everybody in the country is trying to stop the run first and force a team to throw it. And once they do, you can really cut it loose. I think as a play caller, the play that was most meaningful to me, or the one that might have been the most exciting for me, was a time when I was a graduate assistant coach way back in 1985 or six. I don't remember. I think it was 1985, and Florida State was playing the University of Kansas, and there was a play that I had suggested to Coach Bowden on a third and long situation where if they played zone, we'd have the possibility of getting enough yardage to get a first down. But if they played man to man, if they blitzed and played man to man, we could pick up the blitz and take a shot at a deep post. And it was a play that the night before the game I explained to Coach Bowden, and it was called Red 200 Exxon, as a matter of fact. I still remember the name of it. And we got into that situation, a third and long. We were down 20-10 against Kansas. Had a true freshman, Chip Ferguson, in the game. And we weren't sure what we were going to do on third down, so Coach Bowden called timeout. And he let me explain. Actually, as the clock was running down, I was trying to say, Coach, let's go with Red 200 Exxon. Coach Bowden was calling the plays at the time. And he's like, what play is that again? What play is that again? And I tried to explain it to him that I was letting him know what it was the night before. And so he called timeout, and then he let me explain it to him, and he remembered what I was talking about. And then he wanted me to explain it to Chip Ferguson over the headsets. And sure enough, we called the play, and they did play man-to-man. They brought a blitz. We picked up the blitz, and Chip laid it out to the receiver and hit him on the dead run for a touchdown and changed the momentum of the game. We ended up winning that game 24-20. But I didn't call the play, but I at least suggested the play, and Coach Bowden called it. And it kind of helped validate me as a coach with Coach Bowden. So that was big for me. And as far as regrets, I can't tell you how many different times I've regretted a play or two, in any given game. So to think of one in particular, maybe if I think about it long and hard, I can do it on next week's blog.